And a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shahin Jurangpati. In your headlines, all set for Sri Lanka's first satellite launch. Government analysts to investigate the fire that broke out at the Colombo Kacheri. Israel launched new and improved rocket interceptor called David Sling that can handle more powerful rockets than the Iron Dome. Now for those stories in detail, Sri Lanka's first ever communications satellite Supreme Sat-1 is scheduled to be launched today.
The satellite will be launched from Zhejiang Space Center in Sichuan Province. The Supreme Sat program will see the launch of 3 such satellites by 2015. Weather disrupted the previous launch of the satellite, which was scheduled for last Thursday. The Government Information Department noted that Sri Lanka will become the 3rd country in the region to have a satellite of its own. Sri Lanka will also become the 45th state to own a satellite.
Meanwhile, the Government Analyst Department has launched investigations into the fire that erupted at the Colombo Kacheri last night. District Secretary Kamal Padmasiri said that all information and the keys of the building have been handed over to the Government Analyst.
The reason for the fire at the Colombo District Secretariat, which broke out at 7:40 last night and lasted for hours, has not yet been determined. The District Secretariat noted that the reason for the fire can be determined after the investigation by the Government Analysts.
ප්‍රධාන ගොඩනැගිල්ල මේ වන විට මුළුමනින්ම දැවී තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අත් වශයෙන්ම අපිට දැනට කියන්න බෑ ඇතුලේ තත්ත්වය.
The main building has been completely burnt. We cannot say exactly what has happened. No one went in. At this time, the police, the government analysts and the Ceylon Electricity Board are conducting further investigations. This is now no man's land. Once we get the result of those investigations, we hope to conduct and estimate the status of property and documents.
ගැන තක්සේරුවක් ලබා ගන්නට. ඉතින් තක්සේරුවෙන් පස්සේ තමයි විශේෂ විස්තරයක් කියන්නට පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙන්නේ.
District Secretary Kamal Padmasiri said that many important documents have been lost in the fire and services has been disrupted due to this.
කොළඹ ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම් කාර්යාලය ඒ වගේම දිස්ත්‍රික් සමෘද්ධි අංශය
The District Samurdhi Division, the division that issues licenses for firearms, the Census Unit and Small Enterprises Division have not been affected by the blaze. We can continue with the operations at those departments from tomorrow. The main building with the Administration and Accounts Division were burnt.
ප්‍රධාන ගැටලුව තියෙන්නේ ප්‍රධාන මහලේ තිබුණු පාලන අංශය වගේම සැලසුම් අංශය, ගිණුම් අංශය වැනි අංශ තමයි ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම මේ ගින්නට හසු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
Kamal Padmasiri went on to say that the Accounts, Administration and Planning Divisions have been transferred to the Thimirigasiaya Provincial Secretariat.
In more local news, a spokesman for the Mathura Hospital stated that a team of doctors headed by a specialist has been appointed to monitor the condition of parliamentarian Dilip Vedarachi, who was injured in a motor accident in Tangol this morning. Assistant Director of the hospital, Dr. D.R.N. Sarnasinghe, said that the parliamentarian was out of danger. Now, the accident took place at around 3:30 this morning when the vehicle MP Vedarachi was travelling in collided with a bus in Tangol. Dr. D.R.N. Sarnasinghe stated that 2 other individuals who had been injured in the accident are also receiving treatment at the Mathura Hospital. Now, one individual, a pedestrian, died in the motor accident. Moving on to other news, today marks the first anniversary of the Southern Expressway, which saw a new chapter in road development in Sri Lanka. Now, a Pirit chanting ceremony was held at the Galanigama interchange to mark the anniversary.
Meals were offered to the Mahasangha at the Galanigama interchange this morning. Staff at the interchange and their relatives also took part in observing SIL. The Southern Expressway, which spans over 95 kilometers from Kottawa to Galle, was declared open on the 27th of November last year. Incidentally, it is also the first expressway in Sri Lanka and consists of 4 lanes. 77 billion rupees were allocated for the construction of the expressway, which commenced in 2005.
The postmortems of the 3 bodies found inside the house on Armour Street in Colombo were held this morning. The deceased were a couple and their son.
The police suspect the deaths may be a case of suicide. The victims were a 38-year-old man, a 24-year-old woman and a 2-year-old son. The bodies were discovered by the Armour Street police last evening following a tip-off. Police media spokesperson SSP Prashanta Jayakodi said that a letter was found with the bodies. The police suspect that the deaths may have occurred 3 days ago.
Meanwhile, a woman has been found decapitated down Muthurajawala Mawatha in Mabola Wattala. Police said that the husband of the victim had slit the throat of the woman over a personal dispute. Now, while the suspect has fled the area, the police are conducting investigations to arrest the suspect. The deceased was identified as a 44-year-old mother of 2. Moving on to other local news, of course, the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau has launched an investigation as to why several minor tremors occur in the Ampara district. Its chairman, Professor N.G. Vijayananda, stated that the investigation is being carried out to ascertain if the tremors occurred due to the development activities in the area. Now, such a tremor was reported from the Ampara district last Saturday.
We received information regarding several earthquakes in the Ampara area last Saturday. However, it was not recorded in the Hakmana Mahakanadarawa centers. There was a weak recording in the Pallekele center. After the investigation, it was concluded that the earthquake had occurred about 90 kilometers away from Pallekele. We suspect it to have occurred in the Ampara district. It is a very small earthquake and there has been no damage caused. We are conducting further investigations.
Well, today is Il Full Moon Poya Day. Il Poya is the last Poya of the Vasana or the rainy season, and it was on a day like this that the announcement of the future Buddha of Maitreya Bodhisattva was made.
This Poya is an important day to Buddhist order, as it is on a day like this that the first Buddhist missionary activity by 60 Arhat Theras took place. It was also on a Il Full Moon Poya Day that the Jatila brothers entered the Buddhist order. Further, Buddhists in Sri Lanka commemorate Il Poya as a Chivara Masaya. The offering of Katina Chivaraya during this month is considered a highly meritorious act. Buddhists all over the country engage in religious observances today in view of Il Full Moon Poya Day.
Well, now in sports news, day 3 of the second test between Sri Lanka and New Zealand is currently underway at the Pisara Oval in Colombo. Sri Lanka resumed day 3 on an overnight first innings score of 43 for 3 with Taranga Paranithana and Angelo Matthews at the crease. New Zealand posted a first innings score of 412 yesterday. The first wicket of the day was that of Taranga Paranithana, who departed for 40 runs. Angelo Matthews, who steadied the innings following the initial collapse, was unfortunate to be dismissed for 47. Sri Lanka were 107 for the loss of 5 wickets at lunch. In other sports news, Tyler Hamilton believes the president and honorary president of the International Cycling Union should resign, as he believes they are in denial about the sport's doping history. Hamilton also said his former teammate Lance Armstrong should face the truth of what he has done.
Armstrong was banned for life and stripped of his 7 titles last month after the United States Anti-Doping Agency said he had been involved in the most sophisticated, professionalized and successful doping program the sport has ever seen. Hamilton was a teammate of Lance Armstrong on the US Postal Service cycling team during the 1999, 2000 and 2001 Tours de France and was later himself banned from cycling after being found guilty of doping.
They're not being fully transparent. That's disappointing. And they have some questions. They have a lot of questions to answer, and they're not answering those questions. You know, they're saying very little to the press. And no, for Heiner Verbruggen, no more honorary president of the UCI. And it's time. You know, when there's a problem in a big company, when a big company is not doing well, typically you start from the top. You make changes starting from the top and then down. I think it's just time. You know, we need a fresh face to lead cycling.
After USADA's decision to strip Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles, the American lost a number of sponsors, and earlier this month he had to step down as a board member of Livestrong, the cancer support charity he founded in 1997.
And with that, we wrap up lunchtime news on NTV Sports. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.